AI and AI tools have really been all the rage in education for the last year. And there's a reason. It is a game changing tool for sure. And there's a lot of questions out there about how to use it, when to use it, do we use it with students, what is it? And so we like to start with just what we call demystifying AI. How does it work? And learning a little bit about the tool, and then stepping into how could we use it and starting to run from there. So one of the ways that I like to do this is by utilizing Quick Draw with Google. Some of you may have used this before. It's actually been around for a while, but it gives us a really good look into how AI works. So what I'm going to ask you to do is, when I say so, pause the video, click on this link, which will take you to this page. You can pause the video and play with this for like a minute or two, or however long you want, just to get a feel for how it works, and then come back to this video. So go ahead and pause right now. Okay, you're back. You have played with this, or maybe you didn't pause fast enough and now I'm talking and you're like, oh no, I can't shut the monkey up. Like, yeah, it's okay. Get it. You can get it. All right, pause, go. All right, now we're back. And you've played around with Quick Draw with Google. So just in case you don't want to go click on that, you had some trouble. Let's do one. Oh, come on. Seriously? All right, so it wants me to draw a snorkel. I'm going to draw some
I see knee,
goggles.
or ear, or peanut, or frying pan. Oh, I know, it's snorkel.
Okay, if we're being honest, that was pretty good. And I am not drawing a kangaroo. Oh my goodness, forget it. Okay, so here's the way Quick Draw works. Hopefully, you had the moment where you drew something so abysmally bad and it still guessed it, and you're like, "Huh, how did it do that?" That "Huh, how did it do that moment is what AI is making all of us feel right at this moment. And this is an AI, this is a neural network that's learning to recognize pictures. And so a great way to pull back the curtain on this one is to go back to Quick Draw with Google, and instead of clicking on this yellow button, we click on this yellow link here. And this is going to bring us to the data set. So this is just a bunch of data that has been fed into this by users doing exactly what we just did. And these are all the potential prompts that you could be given, right? And these are all things that people have drawn, which is super cool. But if I click on one of these, this is going to give me the almost 99,000 drawings that people have made of lions. And a very quick glance here is going to tell us that show us some similarities, right? And that's all the AI is doing, is it's eating data, recognizing patterns, and then putting things out based off of that. So that's what we have here. Notice if I hover over these, I can actually see the active drawing that people are doing. And I notice that people have a tendency to draw the face and then go for the mane. Draw the face, go for the mane. Draw the face, go for the mane. I also noticed that only one person here drew a lion without a mane from these ones that I can see here. And so when you're drawing something and you're like, how did it guess it so fast? That doesn't even look like a lion. You're right. It's because it's not seeing the picture, it's seeing the pattern in which you're drawing and comparing it to the other 99,000 data points that it has on how to draw a lion or whatever that picture was. And that, in a nutshell, is AI. That's what we're working with here. So it's a bunch of data that has been fed into a system. So we like to start by defining this also. So here are your definitions, and I won't read these to you because you could always pause the video and just read them yourself. But these are just things that typically require human intelligence, right? These things can do these tasks that used to require us as humans. And then some of the other terms that you might have heard thrown out here, machine learning or deep learning, are just little subsets of AI. But I wanted to include those there. I'm not even sure if using that term subset is accurate in this case, but I want to include those in there to just give you an idea of what you're working with here. So, one of the other things that I really like to do for people is show them this video here. So you are more than welcome to stop the video here and watch it on your own. We are going to watch this video here together, and then I'll end the video, and you can keep moving on.
Well, it gets back to the question of what is a personal computer again. Again, another analogy. There was an article in Scientific American in the early 70s which compared the efficiency of locomotion for various species of things on the planet. In other words, they measured how much energy it took for a bird to get from point A to point B compared with the energy it took a fish to get the same distance, and a goat and a person and all sorts of other things. And they ranked them. And it turns out the condor won. Condor was the most efficient, and man came in with a rather unimpressive showing about a third of the way down the list. Somewhat disappointing. But someone there had the insight to test the efficiency of man riding a bicycle. And man riding a bicycle was twice as good as the condor, all the way off the end of the list. And what it really illustrated was man's ability as a tool maker to fashion a tool that can amplify an inherent ability that he has. And that's exactly what we think we're doing. We think we're basically fashioning a 21st century bicycle here, which can amplify an inherent intellectual ability that man has and really take care of a lot of drudgery to free people to do much more creative work.
That was Steve Jobs talking about the invention of the personal computer, but it absolutely relates to AI in the way that we are talking about it.
The iPad.
There we go. Rookie mistake. Okay, go ahead and this video is going to end here in like 10 seconds, and you can take a second just to reflect on what Steve Jobs just said, and then watch this next video that's going to be right down here underneath the link. I hid my stop button.